City is a pricey place to live. There's no surprise there. But how pricey are we talking? So CNBC actually goes over a study in this article about 12 major US cities and what it takes to be considered wealthy in those cities. I'm going to link up this exact CNBC article so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Surprisingly, New York City was not considered the highest one. So both San Francisco and Southern LA, consisting of San Diego and Los Angeles, came in higher than New York City. In San Francisco, you need $4.7 million to be considered wealthy. In Southern California, you need $3.5 million to be considered wealthy. And in New York City, you need $3.3 million to be considered wealthy. Let's stop right there for a minute. That means you need a net worth of $3.3 million to be considered wealthy in New York City. Now, I don't know about you, but I came into New York City absolutely broke. Literally had no money. Like, just made it paying rent type of no money. Had to buy $5 meals because I could not afford to eat anything else. Could only go to happy hours that were cheap happy hours because I could not afford to buy the $16, $17 drinks at the time. I know there are so many New Yorkers out there who are going to stumble upon this video at some point who can relate to this. Now, when I first made six figures in my life, I felt like I was absolutely balling, like could not get over how wealthy I felt at the time. Then, as my income started to climb and climb, I then was like, I'm rich. How many of you can relate to this out there? And it doesn't even have to be talking about these crazy numbers like multi-millions. It's just that wealth sometimes is how you feel about your life. It's hard to measure what wealth truly feels like from person to person, but 3.3 million just to be considered wealthy is kind of crazy if you think about it. But at the same time, New York City is also a crazy expensive city. Now, making six figures in many places across the world is a really great living. In New York City, it's just really a starting point for so many people because it's that expensive to really live here full time. And honestly, with inflation rates, it's only going to get more expensive. So what do you think about this 3.3 million number? Do you think that that's a fair number to be considered wealthy in New York City? I would love to know if you guys agree or disagree in the comments because as always, I love hearing from you guys.